On the morning of August 9, 1945, the world held its breath. Just 3 days after the atomic bombing of Hiroshima, a second city, Nagasaki, was about to face a similar fate. This event would not only bring unimaginable devastation, but also signal the final, terrible chapter of the Second World War. The story of Nagasaki is a haunting reminder of humanity's capacity for destruction, but it is also a powerful testament to resilience and the enduring hope for peace. The road to that fateful day was paved by years of escalating conflict. By 1945, Japan was isolated and battered by conventional bombing raids. Yet its military leadership refused to surrender unconditionally. In the United States, the top-secret Manhattan Project had succeeded in creating the world's first atomic bombs. President Harry S. Truman, hoping to end the war swiftly and avoid a costly land invasion, authorized their use. After the bomb on Hiroshima failed to secure a surrender, a second attack was ordered. Originally, the B-29 bomber, Boxcar, was headed for the city of but on that morning, thick clouds and smoke from nearby fires obscured the target. The pilot, Major Charles W. Sweeney, made a critical decision. He would divert to the secondary target Nagasaki. At the time, Nagasaki was a crucial industrial hub, home to major shipyards and munitions factories. Its unique geography, a city nestled in a valley surrounded by mountains, would ultimately contain the blast more than the flat plains of Hiroshima, but the human cost would be just as catastrophic. At exactly 11:02 a.m., the atomic bomb nicknamed Fat Man was released. It detonated about 1,650 feet above the Urakami Valley, with a force equivalent to 21,000 tons of In a single, blinding flash, the northern part of Nagasaki was annihilated. The temperature at the hypocenter soared to millions of degrees, instantly vaporizing everything within a half-mile radius. Wooden homes burst into flames, and steel structures twisted like clay. An estimated 40,000 people were killed in that moment. Tens of thousands more suffered horrific burns and injuries. In the weeks and months that followed, the death toll would climb to nearly 74,000 as radiation sickness took its grim toll. The stories of those who survived paint a picture of pure hell. They described a sky that turned blindingly white, followed by a violent, roaring wind that flattened everything. A 16-year-old postman named Sumitaru Taniguchi was caught in the blast. His back burned so severely that his muscles were exposed. He would later become a powerful advocate against nuclear weapons. In a tragic irony, Nagasaki was known as Japan's most Christian city. The Urakami Cathedral, once the largest in Asia, stood just 500 meters from the hypocenter and was completely destroyed, along with much of its congregation. The immediate aftermath was chaos. Fires raged, water sources were contaminated, and the few surviving medical staff struggled to treat the wounded with almost no supplies. A black rain, thick with radioactive fallout, fell from the sky, spreading sickness and contamination. The survivors, known as hibakusha, faced not only physical agony but also social discrimination for years to come. Due to fears about radiation, their testimonies, however, became a vital record of the true human cost of nuclear war. Just 6 days later, on August 15, 1945, Emperor Hirohito addressed the nation by radio, announcing Japan's unconditional surrender. He spoke of a new and most cruel bomb, acknowledging the immense suffering it had caused. The debate continues to this day. Were the atomic bombs necessary to end the war? While they undoubtedly hastened Japan's surrender and likely prevented millions of casualties from a planned land invasion, the ethical questions surrounding the targeting of civilians remain deeply unsettling. From these ashes, Nagasaki began the long, arduous process of rebuilding. With international aid and the sheer will of its people, the city rose again, transformed into a symbol of peace. The Nagasaki Peace Park and the Atomic Bomb Museum were built to honor the victims and educate the world. In the park stands the famous peace statue, one hand pointing to the sky to warn of the threat of nuclear weapons, the other extended horizontally, symbolizing peace. Every year on August 9th at 11:02 a.m., a moment of silence is observed, a solemn remembrance of the moment the bomb fell. The attacks on Hiroshima and Nagasaki ushered in the nuclear age and the Cold War, a period defined by the fear of atomic annihilation. Scientists who worked on the bomb, like J. Robert Oppenheimer, expressed profound regret. Quoting the Bhagavad Gita, Oppenheimer famously said, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." The haunting images from Nagasaki became a rallying cry for anti-nuclear movements across the globe. Today, Nagasaki is a vibrant, modern city that has fully embraced its tragic history as a platform for peace. The Atomic Bomb Museum displays artifacts that are both heartbreaking and essential: charred clothing, melted glass, and photographs that serve as a stark reminder of our fragility. Survivors continue to share their stories, ensuring the next generation never forgets. Their voices were instrumental in the 2017 United Nations Treaty to ban nuclear weapons, turning their immense suffering into a global call for hope. The bombing of Nagasaki was more than just the end of a war. It was a turning point for all of humanity. It showed us the terrifying power we hold in our hands. But the story of Nagasaki is not just one of loss. It is a story of the incredible resilience of the human spirit. It teaches us that peace is not just the absence of conflict, it is an active commitment to understanding, compassion, and our shared duty to ensure such devastation never happens again. Thank you for joining me on this journey into a difficult but important part of our history. If you found this video meaningful, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel for more stories that matter. See you next time.